All right, so we just finished reading all of the verbal instructions that you're gonna hear at the Idaho Cosmetology practical exam. So I read off of the DL Roop candidate handbook. This is nothing secret or sacred. It is free online. It's very available. So the beginning part of this whole handbook has just a lot of extra instructions that you're gonna want to know. So I would suggest you read through all of it. But let's go ahead and zoom back to the all of the actual parts that you're gonna hear and you're gonna have to do. So as you noticed, probably all instructions are read twice. So, excuse me. Listen to it the first time. I would suggest, this is just my suggestion as a student that hasn't even taken this test yet, just listen to it and try to absorb it the first time. And then the second time they read through it, try to watch yourself going through those motions. That's just what my prep plan is. Okay, so you have 15 minutes when it first begins. You have 15 minutes to literally set your area up. So take all the time that you can. That's what my instructor has said. Take all the time you can to really just calm down, chill out. And then you're gonna go into your thermal curling, and then that's gonna finish, and then you're gonna do your haircut. One thing I noticed in reading these is it says you will complete a basic layered haircut using razor and shears. But actually like when you're actually doing it, you cut a solid first and then you cut the layer, if I remember correctly from some of our practice. So when you're going through your own practice, make sure you discuss with your instructor exactly what that expectation is for that haircut. Because if I remember correctly, we have to cut a solid first and then do the layer, which is normal for any haircut. Of course, you're gonna cut a solid first, but anyway, that's it. And okay, let's see. Okay, work area for a new client. So you've already done your thermal curl and your cut. You're gonna pretend that you're gonna get a whole brand new client. It's the same head, the same doll head, but you need to take that drape off and completely re-drape her as if she's a brand new client. We're gonna be doing with this new client, chemical waving, predisposition tests, highlights, color. So basically you need to drape her for chemical service, which is going to be different than a shampoo service, which is what we have on the haircut. So make sure that you get clarification from your instructor exactly how they want to do that. I've noticed throughout my prep for the boards is that on occasion, little things change here and there, and then they'll change back, and then they'll change again. And they're just tiny, minute details. Maybe I'm the only one that notices it. And maybe it's just like, maybe I heard it wrong, but just always double check with the main instructor that handles all this board prep stuff. Like always go back to them. For me, it's my instructor, Casey. She knows everything. She goes to all the meetings. So don't just ask any instructor. I suggest you go directly to the instructor that handles board prep. When you read through the DL Roop stuff, you're gonna see on occasion, there's gonna be spots that say, do this or do this, but sometimes those are special instructions based on the state that you're in. So these instructions right here say, plug your wax pot in at this time, preparing for waxing later on in the test, but we don't use real wax when we're testing, so that shouldn't be read, or if it does, maybe it's an error. Just be aware that, I mean, people are only human, so there's always room for error. Okay, let's see. And always, always, always disinfect your hands all the time. Chemical waving, that's gonna be your perm from the apex down to the nape. So you have 20 minutes for that. So if you've been practicing with a 15-minute time limit, that's great because you're gonna have extra time. And it was suggested to me that if I do my perm in that 15 minutes and then maybe I see a couple of rods that I would like to fix, don't even worry about it. Just keep them there, because something could happen. You might take them out and then something happens and you can't get everything fixed back the way you want it, and then you're kind of screwed. So once you've done your perm, just leave it. Just leave it. A lot of instructions seem redundant, and that's just how it is, and that's just how it is. Let's see. Predisposition test with simulated product and strand test. We've all gone over that. Highlighting with foils, 15 minutes. This seems like a really long time to get that done. I would suggest, and this is how I have practiced, once you do those foils, go back and perfect any sectioning that you need to perfect for your root retouch, so that everything is real easy and clean and smooth with that. And remember, no foils below the eyebrow. So fold it up so that it's not touching the eyebrow and not even close to the eyebrow. Just get those foils out. And it can be anywhere from like here to here. So 4. It doesn't have to be 4 right here or 4 throughout or 4 right here. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be however. You could do slices with stuff with your subsections in between, however you want, as long as it's clean, super clean. But you want to make sure that you're getting highlighting, your simulated highlighting product. Let's see, it says specifically the upper edge of the foil to the ends of the hair. So you have to butt it up right up against the edge of that foil near the scalp without letting it bleed. So be cautious. Hair color retouch with simulated product. So a lot of us have practiced putting barrier cream around because that's how the board expects it. Just the other day, I was able to get this done in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I used a small spatula. I put the barrier cream, that one-time scoop, out of my tub, put it on my hand, used the spatula to spread it on that part and around the part here and down around the nape. It went so fast and so clean. So that's just my tip. I don't know, maybe I'll do it at boards, maybe I'll freak out and do it with my finger, I don't know, but that was just a way that I found really helpful. Remember, 1 inch, 1 inch. Go back to your rulers and double check that 1 inch, because they're gonna be checking for that. Virgin relaxer, I've been practicing with a 1 inch by 1/8 inch section. So watch out for that and practice and practice and practice this one. I have loaded up these new Framar brushes that I bought at Cosmoprof. I've loaded it up with just like 1 layer of product on each side, and I've practiced so I have just the right amount of product. I've put it on that that strand, and then I've got my comb and I've done it, and it's worked really great. So practice that. Otherwise, you're not gonna have enough product, or you're gonna have way too much. So you have to practice it. And there's a discrepancy about if we put barrier cream around the scalp section of the relaxer. And I don't see anything like that here in the instructions, but double check with your board instructor to make sure that if you need it, you have it. If you don't need it, then you know, just so you're good. Okay, double check. Blood exposure is only 10 minutes. So everyone, I think, has that down pretty easily. Practice it. Once you do it a couple times, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, this is so easy. Why am I even like worrying about this? Okay. All right. The instructions. So once you've finished the blood exposure procedure, the instructions, if they read the full instructions, they're going to say that you have finished your test, but we know that you haven't, because in Idaho we have tweezing, waxing, and manicure. So hopefully they don't read those. I did, but hopefully they don't. So you're gonna have 2 minutes to set up the supplies, and then you're gonna get those instructions twice, remember. Let's see. Everyone, I think it's pretty easy to go through that one. Okay, so there was some confusion with this, and I think sometimes instructors get, you know, either confused or flustered or whatever. And these rules seem like they change a lot. So anyway, okay. So when you're doing brows, you're going to put gloves on, then you're going to do antiseptic on the brow. Okay. Gloves, antiseptic, hold the skin taut, tweeze the hairs, and then antiseptic again, and then you're done. So gloves, antiseptic, skin taut, tweeze, antiseptic. Okay, that is for tweezing. Okay, now for wax, you're going to do, you already have your gloves on, okay? But then you're going to do antiseptic, absorbent material, temperature test on yourself, apply the soft wax for the entire length of the eyebrow in direction of the hair growth. So you're going all the way from bulb to tail on the bottom side. Do not go up here. You're going on the bottom side, okay? So apply it, put the muslin strip, the wax strip on, and you're gonna smooth over it once. That's it, not back and forth, just once. Hold taut, and then you're going to remove the strip in the opposite direction of the hair growth. And then antiseptic post-epilation product. LO. So antiseptic, wax, antiseptic, aloe. Okay. Let's see. Manicure. Okay. So when you're starting, of course, like every second that you can get some antiseptic solution on your hands, like you just like hand sanitizer, you just constantly do it. Like it's like you touch something, you sanitize, you touch something, you sanitize. Just go overboard, that's fine. But in this, for the manicure, it says that you're gonna have all your products labeled in English. You're gonna have your implements and supplies visibly clean, and then you're gonna sanitize the hand to be manicured. So your little plastic hand, you're gonna pump your hand sanitizer and sanitize it, okay? Then you're gonna shape the free edge. Shape it while it's dry, not while it's wet. It's easier when it's dry, so shape the free edge. And then you're gonna immerse all fingers in a bowl of water. You just need to be able to get those fingers in the bowl of water. So you don't need to get like this giant container like I originally did. Just get something big enough that you can immerse all 5 fingers in that bowl of water. It's gonna save you room. Then you're gonna apply cuticle remover. You're gonna push back your cuticles. You can use the metal implement that we have or the wood stick that comes in the little manicure pack. I'm practicing with the wood stick just so I have one less durable item that I could possibly like misplace or lose or break or whatever. If you use the wood stick, you have to put a little bit of cotton around it so that you're not gonna potentially harm your client. So pushes back cuticles, and then you're gonna use that same wood stick and clean under the free edge. You're gonna brush or wipe the nails to remove product or remaining debris. Then you're gonna buff the nails. So that little pack, the manicure pack, is perfect. Then you're gonna apply cuticle oil. When you're doing this, remember, you need to do it with the dropper so that you're not contaminating the dropper. So make sure you're far enough away. Then you're gonna apply massage product and perform massage. You have to do at least 2 different types of massage movements. So effleurage is really good. Pulling is really good. And then I'm gonna go for 3 just so that it's really clear, like I did at least 2 because I'm doing 3. I'm gonna do the taplement one because it bothers me. So it's gonna stick in my brain, like effleurage, pull, tap. So that's what I'm doing. at least in theory. Okay, so after the massage, you need to clean the nail plate so that you get all of that cuticle oil and massage product off of there. And then you're gonna apply your base coat, then your red polish, and then your top coat, and turn it towards the examiner. Like, because I guess they're going to be in the middle of a room. I don't know. I haven't taken the test yet. And here I am trying to coach people on how to take the test. Ugh. Whatever. And then they're going to give you instructions to remove the polish. So red polish is terrible because it stains. And I think that's why they use red polish. But I have one of those bottles that you can put your cotton pad on the top and just pump it like this and it comes right out. I noticed that I was able to get a lot of remover, on the pad and right onto the hand, and I could literally stay looking at the hand, pump and just like pump and go back and pump and go back, and I didn't have any staining on my hand. So I would suggest that versus a little bottle to where you have to kind of like pour it. I could only imagine how terrible it would feel to spill that bottle and then just be screwed. So I'm a big fan right now, things could change, of using that pumper bottle, kind of like the pumpers that we use at school. So that is that. And then another tip. Did I already talk about the brushes for your color? I don't remember. Okay, last tip. I went to Cosmoprof, got some really small, not real small, maybe 1.5 inch, 2 inch wide brushes from Framar brushes. They were 3 in a pack for like $8. They're so soft and they make applying product really smooth and easy. I'm gonna go back and get another pack so I have 6 of them, because the brushes that came in our kit are just terrible. So if you like them, cool, but I don't. So I found that the brushes fit really well in my small little Rubbermaid Tupperware kind of containers. And I had larger containers for all my color, and now I'm gonna get little containers, because you really don't use that much color product during boards. I've already practiced it, so I would suggest getting the smaller containers. Dollar store is great, and go and get you some good, really like just good brushes that can fit in that small container so that you can save room. And remember, the test is not all the way over until you are literally in your car and you have driven until you drive away. So from the moment that you check in with your ID and the paper, like in your little baggie to prove that you are who you are and that you don't have stuff that you're not supposed to have, the test has started. They're starting to examine you and size you up, allegedly, from what I hear. I could be wrong. So just assume that you're being examined and that they're just checking to see like how professional you are, and don't chew gum, tie your hair back, don't wear jewelry, no watches. I'm taking everything off. I'm not wearing anything. I'm gonna have my hair back in a ponytail, maybe a bun, makeup nicely done so that you look professional. And what else was it? Oh, like when it's time to pack up and leave, you have to take everything with you, to include water and like everything, and don't put it in their trashes. So just pretend that they're judging you because they are, allegedly, until you like are completely done and gone. So that's all. I know I can talk a lot. I hope this was helpful for everybody. I know it was helpful for me. And if I can film some kind of a mock board, because I know there's zero mock board stuff for cosmetology for the state of Idaho on YouTube or the internet anywhere, because I've looked. Anyway, that is all. Have a blessed day and good luck prepping for boards.